Expansion of trinomials. Expansion of trinomials, we need to concentrate on our first term and our last term, because the product of what we get from multiplying the first term and the last term is what will help us find our factors. So here 63 into 2 is 126, and here our middle term is 5x. So the two terms that we split this 5x into should be such that the product is 126 x square, and either the subtraction or addition gives us 5x as our answer. So we go ahead and we find factors for 126. We go ahead and do our prime factorization. We get 2 into 63, then 7 into 9, 3 into 3, and 3 into 1. So 1 into 126 is our first pair of factors. Then we have 2 into 63 as our second pair of factors. Then we have 14 into 9 as our third pair of factors. Before going to the other factors, we just check which one of these can we use. Now 1 into 26, 1 into 126 does give us 126, but their addition or subtraction will not give us 5. So we go to the next one, 2 into 63. Similar for this also, we will not get 5 either by adding or subtracting these two factors. Then we have 14 into 9. Now if we subtract 9 from 14, we do get 5 as our answer. So we'll decide that 14 and 9 are the two terms on splitting our middle term 5x actually. So we go ahead and write it this way: 63x square plus 14x minus 9x minus 2, because 14x minus 9x gives us 5x, and 14x into 9x will give us 126x square, which is nothing but the product of our first term and our last term. Now take the first two terms and we find the common factors. Our common factor is 7x, so what remains is 9x plus 2, because 9x into 7x gives us 63x square, and 7x plus 2 gives us 14x. Then this is our first factor, so we'll write the same factor on our right hand side, which is 9x plus 2. Now accordingly we will check what we need to use or what we need to put for the second term of our second factor. So when we expanded it, we needed minus 9x minus 2, but here we have 9x plus 2. So we know if we put minus 1 outside the bracket, we'll get minus 1 into 9x as minus 9x, and minus 1 into plus 2 as minus 2. So it fulfills our requirement. So our two factors are 9x plus 2 and 7x minus 1. Now here we have 3x square plus 7x plus 2. So we know our important things to check is the first and the last term, which is 3 into 2, which gives us 6. We need to find the factors so that their addition or subtraction gives us 7. So we have 1 into 6 as 6, 2 into 3 as 6. But addition of 2 and 3 will not give us 7. But addition of 1 and 6 will definitely give us 7. So we'll use these two terms. Okay, split of 7x as 1x and 6x. So accordingly we'll write it as 3x square plus 6x plus x plus 2. Now here these two are now our first and second terms. We find out the common, and we have common as 3x. So what remains is x plus 2. Now this is our first factor. So we will take this and write it as it is, and take our second term of the second factor using this first factor, such that the multiplication the multiplication gives us plus x plus 2. So here it is x plus 2. So we simply have to put plus 1 here, because plus 1 into x gives us plus x, as plus 1 into plus 2 gives us plus 2. So 3x plus 1, that's our first factor or the second factor, and x plus 2 is our another factor. Now our next sum is 6x square minus 5x minus 6. So here our first term and last term is 6 into 6, which is 36. So we'll start taking our factors. 1 into 36 gives us 36. 2 into 18 gives us 36. 3 into 12 gives us 36. 4 into 9 gives us 36. 5 into nothing gives us 36. But 6 into 6 definitely gives us 36. So, and we'll stop at that, because from these factor pairs we need to find out which addition or subtraction of which factor will give us 5. So here 1 and 36 is ruled out, 2 and 18 is ruled out, 3 and 12 is ruled out, but 4 and 9, because subtracting 4 from 9 we get 5. So we'll use this factor pair, and here we know that it's minus 5x. So we'll have to use minus 9x plus 4x, because when opposite signs, operation is minus and sign is of the bigger number. So you have minus sin x plus 4x minus 9x plus 4x giving you minus 5x. So here you'll write 6x square minus 9x plus 4x minus 6. You remove the common terms, that is 3x in this case, and what remains is 2x minus 3. This becomes our first factor. You write it as it is, and now we'll see how and what can be used here to get 4x. So 2x into what will give us 4x? 2x into 2 will give us 4x, but here it is plus 4x. So we'll write it as plus 2. And then we have minus 3. We'll just check if plus 2 into minus 3 we get minus 6. Yes, plus into minus is minus, and 2 into 3 is 6. So we do get minus 6. So this is the correct factor. So our first factor is 2x minus 3, and the second factor is 3x plus 2. Now we have our next as y square minus 3y whole square minus 5 bracket open y square minus 3y bracket close minus 50, and we need to factorize this. Now first we'll say let y square minus 3y is equal to x, so that it's easier for us to handle. Now once we take y square minus 3y is equal to x, then we have our new trinomial as x square minus 5x minus 50, and our first and last term is 1 into 50. So when on factorization of 50 we get 1 into 50, 2 into 25 and 5 into 10. Our middle term here is minus 5x. So here 5 into 10 suits us, because if we subtract 5 from 10 we get 5. So we'll use this two terms as split of minus 5x, and we'll write it as x square minus 10x plus 5x minus 50. Here on removing the common term we get x bracket open x minus 10 bracket close. That becomes x minus 10 becomes our first factor. So we'll write it as it is here, and then see what we can use as the second term of our second factor, so that we get plus 5x and minus 50. So plus 5 into x gives us plus 5x, and plus 5 into minus 10 will give us minus 50. So it suits us. That's why our two factors will be x minus 10 and x plus 5. Now we resubstitute the value of x. So our original value of x was y square minus 3y. So we'll use it in this particular fact instead of x. So instead of x we have y square minus 3y minus 10, and here we have y square minus 3y plus 5. So here again we have a trinomial, and our factors will be 1 and 10. So we'll find out which one of the two terms can be used for splitting the middle term. 1 into 10 is 10, and 1 into 10 gives us 10, and 2 into 5 also gives us 10. So if we subtract 2 from 5, we get 3, which is our middle term here. So we'll use that pair and we'll write it as y square minus 5y plus 2y minus 10. And on removing the common terms, we get y, bracket open, y minus 5. That becomes our first factor. So we write it as it is on the right hand side. And we figure out what will be the second term of the second factor, such that we get plus 2y and minus 10. So we know that plus 2 into y will give us plus 2y and plus 2 into minus 5 will give us minus 10. So we write it as plus 2 and we get our two factors as y minus 5 and y minus 2. Now, the second one is y square minus 3y plus 5. Our first and last term is 1 and 5. So 1 into 5 becomes 5. But we don't have two terms which will give us 3 as the answer, because factor tree of 5 is just 1 into 5. There's nothing else. And 1 into 5, even if we subtract 1 from 5, we get the answer as 4. So we'll leave this as it is and our answer will be y minus 5 y plus 2 into bracket open y square minus 3y plus 5, and that's our answer. Now here we have 2a square minus 17ab plus 26b square. We know our first and last term is 2 and 26. So 2 into 26 gives us 52. We find out the factors. We have 1 into 52 giving 52, 2 into 26 giving 52, 3 there is no factor which gives us 52, 4 into 3 gives us 52, 5 again there is no factor which gives us 52. So we'll wait here and we'll see the combination of which factors of these two factors, which factor pair will give us 17ab. So here we can see 4 and 13 addition gives us 17. So we can use this pair. Now we'll write it as 2a square minus 4ab minus 13ab, because we need minus 17ab. So minus 4ab and minus 13ab gives us minus 17ab. And we'll write plus 26b square. Now in 2a square minus 4ab, 2a is common. So we'll remove that. Then we have our first factor as a minus 2b. We'll write a minus 2b as it is, and we'll see what we need to use as the second term for our second factor, so that we get minus 13ab when multiplied. So we can write it as minus 13b, because minus 13b into a gives us minus 13ab, and minus 13b into 2b into minus 2b gives us minus into minus is plus, and 13 into 2 is 26, and b into b is b square. So minus 13b into minus 2b gives us plus 26b square. So we know that we are on the correct track if we get the desired expansion. So our two factors will be a minus 2b, and the second factor will be 2a minus 13b. We have 2a plus b whole square plus 5 2a plus b plus 6. So we have 2a plus b, which we can use as x. So we'll say let 2a plus b be x. So our new expression or trinomial will be x square plus 5x plus 6. Now we know first and last term is 1 and 6. So we have 1 into 6. Our factors will be 1 into 6 or 2 into 3. So 1 into 6 can also give us 5, and 2 into 3 can also give us 5. Here we have used 2 and 3 pair to take use for 5x. So here we can write it as x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6, and remove the common term. We get x bracket open x plus 2 bracket close. We write the same factor here x plus 2 and find out what we can use so that we get plus 3x and plus 6. So we know plus 3 into x gives us plus 3x, and plus 3 into plus 2 will give us plus 6. So we use plus 3, and then we have our two factors as x plus 2 and x plus 3. Resubstituting the value of x, we get 2a plus b plus 2 and 2a plus b plus 3. Here, as earlier sums, we cannot again factorize these trinomials simply because our middle term does not include the variable of the first or the last term. So we cannot factorize it further, and this will become our answer. Now here we have 8 plus 6 bracket open a plus b and minus 5 bracket open a plus b whole square. So we can say let a plus b be x. Our new expression or our new trinomial will be 8 plus 6x minus 5x square. Our first term is 8, our last term is 5. So we have 8 into 5 as 40. We find the factors. We have plus 1 into 40, 2 into 20, 4 into 10, 5 into 8. But our middle term is 6. So we will choose the pair 4 and 10. Because if we subtract 4 from 10, we get 6 as the answer. So on using this, we can write the expression as 8 plus 10x minus 4x minus 5x square. Here, what is common is 2. Because 2 into 4 is 8 and 2 into 5x is 10x. So we'll remove that. So we have our first factor as 4 plus 5x. We write that factor as it is on the right hand side, and we find what multiplied by 4 will give us minus 4x. So we know that minus x into 4 will give us minus 4x, and minus x into plus 5x will give us, minus into plus is minus, and x into 5x is 5x square. So minus x into plus 5x, it gives us minus 5x square. So it satisfies our expansion. So our new two factors are 4 plus 5x and 2 minus x. On resubstituting the value of x, we get 4 plus 5 bracket open a plus b bracket close, and the next one is 2 minus bracket open a plus b bracket close. On opening the brackets, we get 4 plus 5a plus 5b as our first factor, and 2 minus a minus b as our second factor.